A mother and her teenage daughter stabbed to death in their apartment. The only survivor, a 3-year-old asleep in her crib. The victims, 40-year-old Sharon Brady and her 13-year-old daughter Samantha. At the time, police issued this statement about the horrific crime. Our only witness was a 3-year-old daughter who was in the apartment. We haven't really gotten a lot out of her.
For the longest time, I would have nightmares about this big old set of eyes.
That is the sole survivor, Brandi Marie Stone. She's now in her 30s. Her entire life has been haunted by the gruesome crime.
I have always wondered why I survived, and I'll see the old newspaper clippings. A 3-year-old was unharmed, and we don't understand how.
The question of why that man spared the 3-year-old's life has stumped police as well, who said they did not know how the toddler managed to survive unharmed. After the murders, a foster family took Brandi in and helped her cope with a tragedy she was too young to understand.
They've never hid anything from me.
But even with the love and nurturing of her new family, Brandi often thought about her biological family and how different her life would have been had they survived.
What would my sister be like if she was still alive? Would we be best friends? Would we be at each other's throats?
At times, she struggled to remember details of that night in the blood-splattered apartment, and at other times, she's prayed to forget.
I shut it out a lot, and I shut it out for a long, long, long time.
Years passed, and the case froze over. Until one day, a sudden and unexpected break in the almost 30-year-old case. WGCL reporting that the cold case unit reopened the files of the Brady murders. Luckily, a few key pieces of evidence remained.
We secured warrants yesterday, and they're actually being served on it today.
The man accused of slaughtering mother and daughter was already behind bars. Ronald Kiles was serving time in a Pennsylvania prison for aggravated assault. So how was the cold case unit able to identify Kiles as the alleged killer? His blood samples were already in the system, and so were the samples taken from the victims. When the case was reopened, the forensic lab used today's DNA technology that didn't exist nearly 30 years ago to make a match. Then a chilling detail is revealed. Kiles knew the Bradys. He lived just a couple of doors down in the same building. This is what he looked like at the time.
It scared me, looking at him. He looked evil.
Despite the tragedy that plagued Brandi, today the woman who lost so much has a full life with a family of her own.
I have a good life. I have an amazing life. I have a great family who loves and supports me in everything I do. I have a wonderful husband.
For the longest time, we had to have a light on somewhere. Every time she wakes me up, I turn over and I comfort her, and I try to help her feel better.
Brandi is now mother to these adorable twin daughters, whom she cherishes, even more so, perhaps, because of her devastating loss.
It makes me a lot more appreciative of being a mother because, you know, I don't know why I'm still here, that they're gone and I'm still here.
Ronald Kiles will be extradited back to Georgia, where he will face 2 murder charges. Brandi will forever be plagued by the tragedy that changed the course of her life. But one thing's for sure, with Kiles' capture, Brandi says she now has the closure she's longed for.
I can move on and be able to go to their graves and say, hey, we finally did it. We finally figured out who did this to you, and now you can rest in peace.